Hey guys, a few videos ago I talked about what to me is like the different types of practice. Structured practice, where you might be shooting drills, might be practicing a problem shot. Unstructured is you're playing games and stuff like that. You're playing some games with your friends, and you care, but you don't like care. Um, and then the other kind of practice, I think I called it like random or unwarranted or whatever. That might be like something in a tournament where I think the example I used was, you're getting your butt kicked. So you're getting practice at getting your butt kicked. You might not like it, but maybe the next time you'll be able to deal with it a little bit better. Maybe it won't even happen next time because you won't be as nervous. I want to just talk about that kind of stuff a little bit more. So I shoot these long diagonal shots every day. So this is part of my daily chores, is to shoot a bunch of these until I've got 15 in a row. That is structured practice. I'm practicing that shot. I'm practicing my concentration in that particular case. The thing is, there is a difference. And maybe there shouldn't be a difference, but there is. Between me just shooting that 4 as part of structured practice and me playing a game of 9-ball, and here I am. There is a difference. And even if I would normally be shooting a drill and there's pressure on the last ball, I need to make the last ball or I have to start over, that's still different than game pressure. It doesn't matter if I'm just playing for, confidence, bragging rights. It's a league match, it's a tournament match, it's a money match, whatever's on the line. There's a different kind of pressure on a shot like this in a game situation than there is in a drill situation. And again, I'm not saying there should be, but there is. You can also have a situation where I'm just going to throw some solids out here. You also have a situation like this, something like this. You're playing 8-ball, and you just clear all the stripes. You need to make this. If you don't, and you're playing a good player, they're going to get out on you. Maybe your opponent left you this. Maybe they missed something and left you this. That's still different than if you ran all the balls and you left yourself this. But it's all a different kind of pressure than the pressure of shooting structured practice. And it is all important. They're all important. I was never a really big drill person because I always told myself, yeah, but that doesn't come up in the game. You don't get 15 balls lined up in a row in a game very often. Change my tune a little bit with that, and then I can see that kind of stuff is useful. If you have a problem shot, you can practice that shot over and over and over. You don't have to wait for it to come up in a game at some point. I think that probably makes sense. But with this unstructured practice, ideally you're going to have something different almost all the time. Almost all the time. Stuff that you might not have ever thought about doing as a drill. Let's shoot the 1, don't get stuck behind the 6. If the 6 was here, I wouldn't be worried about it at all. But with the 6 up here, I have to at least be aware of it. And sometimes just being aware of it can make me, miss the shot on the 1. Sometimes it can do that. But if I never did it like as part of a drill, which why would I? That could cause me a little bit of extra pressure, extra stress. It can make me miss more often, I guess is what I'm getting at. If the 6 had been down here on the rail, maybe I would make that shot 100 times in a row. But because of the 6 where it was, maybe only 99 times in a row before this. Whatever. It's a little differences add up. And you can't invent a drill for everything. So sometimes you just have to shoot some games, play against yourself, play against your friends, whatever, and see all these little differences. If the 4 was a little bit towards me, I would not want to be shooting a stop shot on the 3 ball, because then I'd be straight in on the 4, which could give me a problem getting on the 5. Because I have a little bit of an angle, that's not a big deal. All I have to worry about now is don't get stuck on the rail. And I can set up drills to not get stuck on rails. And if I had a real problem with that on that shot, it would probably be a good idea. Keep setting up, keep setting it up. Get better at it. But if you're not going to set up a drill for every shot, then just, the next best thing, I guess, is practice in a game situation. I play pool to play the games of pool. I don't play pool to shoot drills. The drills are supposed to help me in my game. But there's no rule that says I can't play games to help with the games. There's no rule about that. That would be stupid. And I get all these kind of situations where I had a little bit of a weird angle on this ball. I was very slightly concerned about hitting this point. I don't even know how close I came. But I was very slightly concerned about that. And that could make me miss more often than I would if I'd set up a drill with a perfect angle. Maybe. Don't know. I'm just saying every situation is different. And you can't invent a drill for every situation and just practice that drill. I don't think you can anyway. Doesn't sound very exciting to me. And it doesn't sound as fun to me. But playing games in pool is fun. That's why I do it. That's probably why most people do it. Oh, I'm really bad at examples, if I've never mentioned that. So, look at it. I'm playing 8 ball again, and I'm stripes. Okay, shoot the 9, and then shoot the 8. I could set up a drill to do things like that. I could set up a whole bunch of balls lined up and shoot them all like that. But if I'm in a game situation, the fact that this 3 is here, and if I miss, I lose, it's different. It's a different kind of pressure than just, oh my gosh, I might have to do the drill over again. It's a different kind of pressure. So I have to do my absolute damnedest to ignore that 3. And when I'm playing a drill, I don't have to do that. I don't have to ignore the 3 when I'm doing some kind of a drill. Well, that's just the benefit for the unstructured practice. I'm not against drills the way I used to be, but that doesn't mean I've swung completely over. And now, if you're just playing some games for funsies against your friend, that you're wasting your time. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is, you're going to get these situations in games that you might not have gotten in a drill. Look how close I am to the stupid rail. That wasn't supposed to happen. If I set up this drill, maybe now I should. Maybe I should set up this. Now that I know, hey, this random shot that just came up, I need to work on getting off this rail and getting better shape on the next ball. And what's one of the ways you can find out what you need to work on is it happens and you don't like it, so you set this up, come around like this, And this is slightly better shape than what the cue ball back here was. If I felt like I wanted to keep doing it, then I would keep doing it. They don't. I honestly, in that case, I feel like I just screwed up by doing this. It wasn't a case of why I didn't know how to get shape. I just screwed up. Probably because I'm talking to you guys. That happens a lot. So that might be about all I wanted to say. Is getting into the game situations. Practice the games that you play. You're going to get better at the games that you play because those situations are going to come up. Where they're probably not going to come up in a drill. Situations are going to come up, and maybe they only come up once a month or once every 6 months or whatever. It's kind of random, but they do come up. And in theory, you're a little bit better prepared to deal with them than if you only practice drills. If you only practice drills, I'm not going to say you're only going to be good at drills, but I think you need both. I do think you need both. I'm going to quit this video because I'm really happy that I banked that ball, actually. I got too steep of an angle to cut it down. Not too steep, but I wasn't comfortable with it. I was comfortable with the bank, so we just did that. I chopped off the other video the very last couple seconds because I was rambling. So how do you deal with this kind of pressure I was talking about, where you're playing a game and it's a different situation than you might run across shooting your drills? Well, you put yourself in that situation. There's a few ways to deal with, I guess, any kind of pressure. And I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist. I don't remember what the difference is. But one way is you could be delusional like me and just pretend that, oh, I don't feel pressure. I've been playing so long now, I don't feel any pressure. Well, that was wrong. Another one is you can get to the point where what used to be pressure for you isn't anymore. You know, I was very young and very poor, playing for a beer, that's, rent money or whatever. Now it's not anymore. So if somebody wants to play for a beer, I'm not going to feel that any extra pressure. Oh my gosh, there's a beer on the line. Unless I just can't stand the person. And then I'm not going to play them. I've discussed that before. If I can't stand them, I'm not going to play them. You get yourself in those situations, and I think that's maybe the only way, but I believe the best way to be able to deal with that pressure when it comes up next time. Get in a situation where if you miss the 8, your opponent's going to run out and you lose. Get in that situation with all kinds of different shots on the 8, all kinds of different ball positions. Get in it. You don't have to be able to deal just with that one particular situation, that one particular ball layout, but that overall situation. Oh my gosh, this is different than a drill. It's a game situation. There's money on the line. There's bragging rights on the line. Whatever is going to be on the line. And maybe it's just your own confidence, your own sense of self-worth that can be on the line. And you don't have to think about that kind of stuff. You just do it and do it and do it and do it. And eventually, what maybe used to bother you, and maybe you didn't even notice that it bothered you, now it doesn't bother you anymore. And there are a lot of people that, one of the reasons that I got out of gambling in pool a lot is because there would be people that they just kept going up and up and up, and $10 a game was nothing. And then after a few years, $100 a game was nothing. And after a few years, $1,000 a game was nothing. And then $10,000 a game was nothing. And, degenerate gamblers is what I was calling these people. Unless they were billionaires. And if they're billionaires, come down here, let's play some. For not no $1 billion a game. Anyway, you can forget I just made that invitation because I could get in trouble pretty quickly with that. But I didn't want to go down that road where I always needed to feel that pressure to be able to shoot my best. I wanted to feel that pressure so I wouldn't feel it the next time, or I wouldn't feel it as strongly the next time. But I've known a lot of people that they always have to give themselves some pressure, or they don't feel like their give a shit factor is powerful enough for them, and that can spiral out of control. It really can, and I don't want that to happen to me. Never did. Don't want it to happen to anybody that I know or give a crap about. But if you play nothing but structured practice, nothing but drills and all that, you're going to be good at those drills. But get into a situation where all of a sudden the pressure is not on, oh, you have to complete the drill. The pressure is on the match, the money game, whatever you're doing. It's a different kind of pressure. I'm not saying it's more pressure. I'm not saying it's less. I'm saying it's different. And even if you don't notice that consciously, your mind, your inner pool player, maybe go, oh man, this feels weird, and you shoot anyway, and you miss. And there's a moth. Did the moth just photobomb my video? I'm going to take that as a cue to actually stop this for real this time. Thanks again, guys.